Welcome. You are watching this video because you want to learn just a little bit more about the number systems we work with in math. And as we talk about this, keep in mind this is really just a way of categorizing numbers so we can describe them and understand them a little bit better. So I guess we'll start with the most basic. And the first set of numbers we call the whole numbers. And the whole numbers are pretty much just what you would expect. They don't have a decimal point, but the key thing to remember is that they start at 0. So they go on forever to infinity, but they only include the non-negative numbers. Now, very similar, right along with that, our next set are the integers. And the integers also do not have decimal places, but they include the negatives. So, for example, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2 going on forever in both directions. So understand that anything that is a whole number is also an integer. So you see 1 in the whole numbers here, and you see 1 in the integers. The integers just include more numbers. Okay, so next after that, we have the rational numbers. And the rational numbers are anything that can be represented as a fraction. So, for example, 1/2, 2/3. But understand, too, that anything that's an integer or a whole number can also be represented as a fraction. For example, 2/1. That is an integer, it's a whole number, but I can write it as a fraction, so it's also rational. Now, not everything is rational. Most things that we work with are, but not everything. So going on the other side here, we have the irrational numbers. And irrational numbers are ones that can't be represented by a fraction. They're numbers like pi, which is approximately 3.14 and so forth. But it never terminates. It never repeats, and so I can't get a fraction representation. Other irrational numbers, a lot of square roots are irrational. Again, square root of 2 here would come out to be a decimal that never terminates and never repeats. But by and large, what we work with in class are rational. Unless I'm specifically mentioning something like pi or a square root, then we might be talking irrational, but generally speaking, we're not. And so then, if we look at all of these numbers together, we have one big group called the real numbers. And there is such a thing as a number that's not real, and we will deal with those in this class. But by and large, any number you can think of, anything that's on the number line, which we've talked a lot about lately, anything on there, pick a number, decimal, fraction, integer, whole, it's a real number. So at this point, I think it's worth doing at least one example. And so the question I'd been asking on the Friday quiz was, take a number like -2. What sets is that not a part of? Well, and I gave you a variety of choices, but for example, it's definitely not a whole number because we know that whole numbers do not include the negatives, and this is negative. So that's a pretty clear answer. The other thing is that it's not irrational because I can represent it as a fraction. And I haven't really been giving irrational as a choice, and I probably won't. I'll probably just be sticking to the left-hand side, including the real numbers. But -2 is definitely not a whole number. Now another example, let's say I did 1/2. What is 1/2 not a part of? Well, clearly, it's not a whole number because it's fractional. It's a decimal, 0.5. And for the same exact reason, it's not an integer. But it is a rational number because I can represent it as a fraction, and of course, it's also a real number. So those are the kinds of examples you would see. And if you have any other questions about that, of course, you can see me during, before, or after class. Okay, so let's do an example. So let's say I give you -2. And I say, which set is that not a part of? Well, if I look back,